Hello, good morning. Hi, how's everybody doing today? Happy Friday, everyone. Hello, Caragwen. Good morning, Willow. Hi, and hope everybody is having a productive or pleasant or positive morning so far. I think this week has been really hard on quite a few of us, just from what folks have told me and what I've seen people posting. And also, when somebody who's normally talkative is quiet, you also kind of know. So just know that today and every day that we do this practice, I'm sending out positive energy to anyone who needs it. And I know we all are who are here doing this together. Um, I wanted to share something interesting. Yesterday's card, of course, was gentleness. No, I did not get dressed up as a ghost bride and go wander through the forest, although I really wanted to. But I had to work yesterday, so I didn't get to fulfill that particular fantasy. Maybe I can do that another day. Maybe for Easter, I'll be the Easter dead bride with a basket of, I don't know, mushrooms wandering through the forest. Who knows? Anything's possible. But I did, from our card yesterday, gentleness, I did take away the message that I was supposed to, in all my communications yesterday, be as gentle as possible. And so, of course, automatically, when one declares the intent to be gentle, there will be trying and vexatious things that come up that tempt one not to be gentle. So I, commented on some post online. Someone had asked something, and hi Holmes, my very good friend of a Stellar's Jay is outside the window looking in. Hi. He sometimes comes and visits me. Um, so the I commented on some post that was asking about some advice about an issue, and I shared a perspective, and somebody came at me so hard, was like derisive and mean spirited and cruel and just like demeaning toward me. And this actually happened on two different posts that I literally just made a comment and was like, well, here's what I think about this, since you asked. And it was like, and in both cases, I had that keyboard warrior thing feeling, and I was like, no, not doing this. And instead, I just like thought about it and then came back and was like, yeah, I can totally see why I'm not your cup of tea, and that's okay. And, you know, good luck to you. And then in one case, the person came back again and was like, just they were really looking for a fight. And that's actually one of the things about this moon right now, is that there is in the Libra moon both the aversion, desire to avoid conflict, but the surrounding astrology is quite uh, uh, provocative. So here we are in the Libra full moon being like, I just want to create peace and harmony and beauty and share it with the world. And then there's this like snarling pack of other outer circumstances. And so the person came back again, and I was like, yeah, yeah, I hear you. It's cool. You don't like me. I'm fine. It's all right. And so are you. Good luck. Anyway, that was just an interesting thing that, and finally I kind of just came down. I was like, I had to set a boundary, but with gentleness. And so the boundary that I set was, you don't know me. I don't know you. If you'd like to get to know me better, you can always reach out. I know who I am. I know where I come from. I'm not actually looking for your approval, but if you'd like to try to meet halfway, I'm always willing to learn and listen. And then I just left it there. So, each of us has our own ways of having to kind of conjure that sort of gentleness. And it really sat with me all day, that lesson of how do I set the boundary against someone, treating me badly, and at the same time stay in my gentleness? How do I stay in my gentleness without matching their energy? I am allowed to be in my gentleness without matching that energy. I can still set a boundary. I can still say what I need to say. So it was a really good little exercise for me. Um, in yesterday's card. So I just thought I'd share that. And Willow says, yeah, that makes a lot of sense right now. And Carradwin says, lol, lol. Yes. Good morning, Cherie. Good morning, Christy. Hi, Gary. I see you're here. So, all right, let's dive into today's practice. We are with Aphrodite, and today I'm going to light this candle. Get ready. There's trigger warning, curse word coming. Last year when Albert and I bought our house, my sweet friend Shauna sent me this candle. It says, get ready, motherfucking homeowner. It's a really cute, funny candle. But because of this ongoing plumbing issue, which should be resolved by next Tuesday, I am just like, oh, Aphrodite, governess of all things of the water, please give me patience and support and help. So I'm lighting the MF homeowner candle today and putting it on her altar and asking for help, asking that the plumbing bill work out smoothly. Wouldn't it be so, so great if the problem was on the city's side of things? And then we could just get it resolved by the city and not have to do it. But I'm happy to pay for it if I have to. I'm happy to do what I have to do. I've assumed the stewardship of this sacred piece of land and all of the spirits and energies that come along with it. So if the water spirits feel that I need it to pay attention to this so that the whole water system on this whole plot of land is better, then I will do it. I will take that on myself. And I will ask for all of my helpful watery goddesses to please be with me in this regard. All right. So obviously we have more elevated things to concern ourselves with for this full moon, but I thought I would just, put it out there that this is my little simple petition for my household. And with that, let's really bring that peace, that love, that gentleness, that clarity of Aphrodite. It's like, working with Aphrodite is not about putting on rose colored glasses and pretending that everything is just okay. Working with Aphrodite is actually about really choosing to see the beauty, even when there's difficulty, as a balm for the difficulty. So let's bring that attention and awareness into our hearts today. Ethereal, illustrious, laughing queen, born of the sea and lover of the night, mother of longing, all connecting, who joins the world in harmony. All things spring from you, O divine power. The triple fates are ruled by your decree. All the works of craft and love yield to your hand. With a smile, O Aphrodite, you sway the all-encircling heavens, the fruitful earth, the storming oceans. All obey you, all are awed by you. Companion of the brumal god, beautiful goddess of marriage, mother of love, lover of the banquet, source of persuasion who grants secret favors. Illustrious born, seen and unseen. Gentle lover, Lupercal, who smiles upon mortals. Prolific, most desired life giver, kind goddess. Wielder of the scepter of all the immortals, you bind mortals and every tribe of beasts in magic chains of mad desire. Come, lovely Cyprian, and bless these rites, whether radiant in the heavens or presiding in the temples of Syria, guiding your golden chariots over the sacred floods of Egypt, or dancing on the azure shores by the billowing seas with circling choirs of mortals and beauteous nymphs with cerulean eyes, or riding out along the dusty banks renowned of old, or if in Mount Shasta, where your priestesses bring you offerings at Heart Lake, or if in Kypris, with your fair mother, where the married women yearly come to praise you and the pure virgins sing hymns to you and to Adonis. Come, divine union, for you I call with holy reverent mind. I remembered that line. At least I got it right once this week. I think I got it right a couple times, but that one line that I've added to this prayer to make it so that we're a little bit closer to her. And we are working, just in review, with the Vintage Wisdom Oracle by Victoria Mosley. It is a really nice deck. It's kind of a a more somber departure from some of the decks that are a little bit more fanciful. But I really appreciate it. Today's card is Purity. Purity. Hi, Shannon. Hi, Aiden Yvette. Shannon, I've been loving the photos of you in Nepal. That's been so beautiful to see this pilgrimage. I hope you're having so much fun, sister. And to be there for New Year. How lucky, lucky, lucky. Okay. Oh, okay. So we have our second bride of the week. The second bride. Yesterday we had the dead bride, the ghost bride. Today we have a living bride. Depicted here is an archetypal image of purity, a virgin bride, dressed in a white veil and adorned with daisies. These are all symbolic of innocence and purity in traditional Western culture and in the language of flowers. Purity stands in a forest of green, the color of love and compassion represented by the heart chakra. Historically, purity is the great protector. Her cleanliness and purification in relation to mind, body, and evolution of the soul has been recognized in spiritual and religious rituals worldwide. Purity encourages you to contemplate the interconnectedness of mind, body, and spirit, and to identify any negative areas in need of cleansing. It may be time to declutter your space or evaluate certain relationships at work or in your personal domain. Perhaps a detox or some alone time is needed to confront issues you've been avoiding. Left unaddressed, areas requiring purification can accumulate. If we're not proactive, life has a way of bringing our attention to these things in unexpected and sometimes uncomfortable ways. This is an exciting card. By clearing away debris on any level, you make way for newness, clarity, and more favorable influences to enter. Your thoughts are living things. Be aware of the quality of your observations as they can raise your vibration and ease forward movement. You may find it helpful to meditate on the words of Omram Mikhail Ivanov. In asking love for help, you have opened a spring within you, and now you can leave love to do its purifying work. I have noticed that it's one of the things in spiritual practice that is the most simple and effective to just do a purification ritual. In my priestess training, which many of you have taken, I teach many different varieties of purification with smoke, with water, with earth, with fire, with salt, with, talismanic purification, purification at a distance, all different types of purification rituals. And that's because of all of the things that we deal with on a spiritual level day to day, accumulation of the detritus, both psychic and physical, of the pain and suffering in our world has the greatest potential to derail our journey toward oneness. So if we allow resentment to accumulate, if we allow despondency to accumulate, if we allow trauma to accumulate, and I'm not saying in the psychological sense, I'm saying in the magical sense. In the psychological sense, I understand that with trauma, you have to really work sometimes to get that out of the psychological stream. But in the magical sense, you can still clear the residue from your body. You can clear the residue from your spirit. And I do think that's really important to do. We need to kind of find ways to like wipe off the mirror of the soul so that it's not holding or harboring the kind of smudges of whatever has landed on us. And that can be so many things, the opinions of others, our sort of, feelings of inadequacy, our worries, our financial, problems, all of these kinds of things, like they get so heavy. So purity, I love in this card, says start with opening the spring of love within and allow that spring of love to purify everything. And if you really think about that, like it means that beyond having to necessarily do anything specific for purification, you can allow the emotional state of natural purity. This would be in the language of Dharma, the Buddha nature, to just arise within you and to presence itself. The presencing of that eternally pure nature will literally be like a power washer to all of the delusional mindsets that come in. And interestingly, I think that some of those delusional mindsets that can come in are actually even from sources that we consider sacred. So, yesterday was in a discussion with a friend about a particular tantric text that said that associating with women was a block to enlightenment and practice. And, it's an ancient text and yeah, all that. And so we kind of got to this point of like, well, this is sort of explained by the fact that it's historical. And I was like, yeah, explanation, but not excuse. As a woman reading this, even, 1,000, 2,000 years later, I'm looking at it and feeling that smudge of like sort of a fingerprint placed on me by the author of the text who is proclaiming to speak for a God. And that doesn't sit right with me. And so even being able to say, like, no matter what my spiritual or religious tradition, and I know this is a holy weekend for many people. I myself am like celebrating the full moon, but I know there's people who are doing Easter or doing Pesach, and it's important to have those things in our lives. Those rituals are meaningful. But at the same time, what thumbprints come along with them? What are the thumbprints that stick to us? You know, I don't want to be washed clean by the blood of Jesus. That doesn't feel like it would purify me. His death doesn't purify me because I don't believe in human sacrifice. The blood on the door does not purify me or protect me because I don't believe in animal sacrifice. And to be able to be inside of a tradition and to know the beauty of gathering with family and friends around a sacred moment of smiling and laughing and sharing, that to me is the true purification of these holidays that we're looking at this weekend. Not necessarily the blood of sacrifice. So, questioning and being willing to address the areas, even within our own spiritual traditions, where we might feel a stain or a stigma or a discomfort. It's not the same as aversion, like, oh, I have aversion to that. And so I'm refusing to look at it. I'm refusing to engage with it. I don't like it. I'm not talking about giving in to aversion, which is one of the three poisons in the Dharma: attachment, aversion, and indifference. I am talking about analysis, looking at it and saying, this does not render me sacred. What renders me sacred is the sacred environment of oneness that can be created in this moment by people gathering in common purpose with love and devotion and joy in their hearts. No blood sacrifice required. So I think that's our short bit for today. I didn't really think I was going there. I didn't see myself on the way on that. I was like, oh, we're going to talk about this bride. And instead, it's like the blood of the lamb. But like, well, here we are. We've got it all in morning practice, wherever it goes. I hope that it's been useful for you today. This is our short bit. Now let's dive into Guanyin practice. Guanyin doesn't ask for any sacrifices. 3 prostrations. That's it. And we do our prostrations not because she needs them, but because to do them purifies us of ego in a negative way. And let's take refuge. Namo Guru Be. I take refuge in the inner teacher. Namo Buddhaye. I take refuge in the great mother of compassion. Namo Dharmaye. I take refuge in the wisdom of the ages. Namo Sanghaye. I take refuge in the community of practitioners. And let's set our intention. A person, place, situation, or circumstance that will benefit from today's practice. And I think for today, let's hold everyone who is not able, for whatever reason, to be with their loved ones right now. Those who want to be with loved ones but can't, either due to death or distance or circumstance or conflict. Holding them now. And let's recite the 4 immeasurables. May I be a source of loving kindness in this world and all worlds, bringing a generous heart to all my thoughts and doings. May I be a vehicle of compassion in this world and all worlds, ever mindful and aware of the tremendous suffering of others. May I be a brimming vessel of joy in this world and all worlds, delighting in the happiness of others as their suffering is alleviated. May I be a balance point of equanimity in this world and all worlds, seeing all as equals and all as deserving of goodness. Well, looks like we've got a light bulb out here. When I empty the water out of these bowls into this cup, it usually takes a week for the cup to fill up again. It's getting pretty full, so I have a little adjacent bowl over here. And then on the last day of the week, I take it out and pour it over an offering stone in my yard and pray for rain. I light this candle as a symbol of the enlightening Dharma way. May it shine brightly for the benefit of all beings. I light this incense as an offering to Guan Shi Yin, she who hears the cries of the world, mother of all. Omahong. 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 Reverently I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind, and present clouds of every type of offering, actual and virtual. I confess all my destructive actions accumulated since beginningless time, and rejoice in the meditation of all holy and ordinary beings. Please, Guanyin, remain until the end of samsaric existence, and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of others to the great enlightenment. 108 recitations of Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, calling out to the one who is always and eternally pure and always eternally reminding us of the purity of our innate Buddha nature. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Quan Shi Yin Pusa. 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 And our brief prayer to Yeshit Sogil by Jamyang Kensei Chuki Ludro. Yingchutaki somo karchanza dusum kunchim pema junyeki sangso dupo dichin so gilmar so wadebso chuktun nudrup so. Mother of space, foremost of Dakinis, Lady Karchanza, gatherer of the vast secret treasury of Padmakara, knower of all past, present, and future, Mother Sogil, great bliss queen, to you we pray. Grant us cities, ordinary and supreme. Yingchuktaki somo kachansa dusum kunchim pema jungne ki sangso dupo dechen so gyalmar so wa debso chuktun nudrup so. And 108 recitations of Om Mani Padme Hum, sending out positive energy to all those who can't be with loved ones this weekend for whatever reason. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 And let's give thanks for our teachers. May all of my blessed teachers enjoy long, happy, healthy, productive lives and great support for their good works. May all beings benefit from their wisdom. May they enjoy a swift and happy rebirth and long life prayer for Lama Dechen Yeshe Wangmo. Om Sosti. Through the powerful blessings of the immortal Pema Jungye and his consort, may the three secret qualities of the Dakini of Supreme Bliss, Yeshe Wangmo, be utterly stable, and may the light of her activities shine on the lotus groves of the teachings and of beings, so that they blossom in radiant splendor. And let's dedicate the merit. May the merit of this practice and all of my activities be of endless benefit to all beings in all realms, beginningless and continuous. May all obstacles be overcome and suffering cease at the sound of liberation. May all beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all beings have happiness and its causes. May we carry the essence of Guan Yin in our hearts. Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa. And we close with a bow to Guan Yin, bow to one another, and bow to the inner teacher, and wishing everyone a really good day, hoping that this weekend is good for you, and we will be back on Monday. Take care.